We tend to think of a moral failure as this single, sudden event, a big mistake that just happens. But the real story, well, the actual moment of decision, that happens way before any action is even taken. And today, we're talking about that exact moment of conception, the instant the heart quietly says yes.
So let's just start right here with this question. Where does a fall really begin? I mean, think about it. It's not in the moment everyone sees, and it's definitely not when you get caught. The real starting point is so much quieter, so much earlier, and it happens completely on the inside.
Every single major action, good or bad, starts with the whisper of desire. And I'm not talking about a fleeting thought that just passes by. I mean a persistent feeling that kind of lurks and waits. This is the real battle, the one that happens long before you even realize you're standing at a crossroads.
And that desire, it brings you right here, to this critical moment. This is the big shift. See, it's no longer just a passive thought in your head or some vague want. Now desire is demanding a verdict from your will. It's asking for permission to become real.
There's a pretty predictable path from a thought to an action. It all starts with that whisper of desire. Then comes the most critical moment of all. The will agrees. It gives that internal nod of surrender. And right there, that's it. The sin is conceived. The seed is officially planted. The external act that everyone sees later, that's just the final, almost inevitable outcome. The real point of no return isn't the act itself. It was that silent agreement.
So let's focus on that pivotal moment, that internal yes, because this is the absolute core of the entire process. This is the moment of conception. So, conception is that exact instant the will surrenders to desire. And at this point, the sin is alive. It has a heartbeat. The plan is in motion, even if, on the outside, absolutely nothing has happened yet. This isn't a mistake, you see. It's premeditation.
I mean, just think about how secret this moment is. To the outside world, to your friends, your family, nothing has changed. You look like the same person you were just a second ago. Externally, everything is exactly the same.
But on the inside, the war is already over. The decision has been made. Your heart just signed on the dotted line, and in that one single moment, everything changed. The true decisive action has already happened. See, your will was the only thing holding that desire back. It was the leash. And now that it has given its permission, well, the leash is off. The action that was just conceived is now totally free to move toward becoming a reality. And the immediate consequence of this internal conception is the beginning of a double life. A profound split happens between your outer appearance and your new hidden inner reality. You literally become a house divided against itself.
So on the outside, you might still be doing all the right things. You're smiling, you're serving, you're keeping up that reputation. But inside, a secret alliance has been formed. A plan is taking shape. You've just committed an act of internal treason.
This state of being, it's exactly what the book of James calls being double-minded. And that internal division, it creates this profound instability. You just can't live in two opposing realities for very long before something has to break.
And this internal decision, it hardens, and it hardens fast. What was a lingering desire evolves into a focused, concrete intent. The wheels are turning. You're no longer just wanting, you are now actively planning. Our culture has some pretty nice words for this, doesn't it? We call it expression, or freedom, or finding your identity. But the internal reality is something else entirely. It's conceived sin, it's treason, it's rebellion. So why is turning back at this stage so incredibly difficult? It's because the entire dynamic has shifted. You're no longer fighting the desire, you're now aligned with it. You don't want to escape, you want to indulge. You're not looking for a rescue, you're looking for a rebellion. Your will has become the engine, and it's driving you straight toward the act. So where is this war actually won? It's not in those final, desperate moments of temptation. The true battlefield is, and it always has been, the heart.
The war is won in the heart. Period. Victory is decided right there, at that moment of conception, either by saying no right then and there, or by surrendering and losing the battle before it ever looks like it's even begun.
Trying to win at the last minute is a losing strategy. It just is. And why? Because by then, you're not fighting the desire anymore. You're just fighting the logistics of an act your heart already gave the green light to. The real choice was made a long, long time ago. And this just reinforces that critical point. Sin isn't some external force that breaks in and takes over. It's an inside job. It's invited in from the heart, right at that moment of conception.
You know, we use the word fall as if it's a passive accident, like tripping on a rock or something. But that's not what happens. It's not a fall. It's a choice.
And all of this leaves us with one final, crucial question to think about. Understanding that the real battleground is internal, that the decisive moment is that quiet yes of the heart. Where will you fight your war?